Silchar or anyone who's watching this, what have I done? I don't understand only. Doing Big Boss is an extremely bad idea now.
So sir, it took me a month to make my mind to come to Bombay and to make this show. But you traveled all the way to Bombay when you were just 17 years old. So what motivated you to leave your family and to shift here?
My father was a jerk. That's the reason why I couldn't live with my dad anymore, and I had to leave from there. And I just didn't want to stay in Dehradun because I wanted to study and grow. And I just didn't want to be having a life where I know exactly what's going to happen to me in 5 years also. I wanted a certain amount of excitement and unpredictability in my life, and I wanted to somehow find something that I would enjoy or doing or something. I had no plans of what I will do when I come to Bombay. It just happened to be by chance that it was Bombay. It could be anywhere else also. I did try going to Delhi, but my dad would pick me up and kidnap me and get me back to Dehradun. So I just thought Bombay is too far for him to come and kidnap me and take me away. I had a dream of going off to Oxford and studying literature and traveling. That was what I wanted to do in life, history. But I don't think that was what I could do. So then I came down back to coming to Bombay and figuring out who will employ a person who has just finished 12th and not even a graduate. So yeah.
So you dropped out of your college as you realized you wanted to get into production.
No, I did not drop out of my college. That's a wrong information. Because I want to get into production, my parents refused to pay my fees. So that was the reason why I was forced to drop out of my college. And I did try continuing. What I was doing was I was working in a call center at the same time. But the 12 hours of call center and college, unfortunately, not superhuman, not possible.
So what is your take on the notion that formal education is a must?
I think there is no must or there is no less. Everyone, I feel, should have an education, should go to college, not just because of the fact that there is an education will give you a job or what say. It gives you knowledge, and you don't have to go through life and learn it the hard way. There's some things that are taught to you generally, and it becomes easier and more important that you live your life. Yeah, living your life, going to college is a must because you make friends that will last a lifetime. Because once you go off to office and start working, anyone and everyone who will be becoming friends with you will either want to become friends with you because they want to have sex with you, or else they can get something out of you. There are no genuine friends actually, because if you go to an office space, people who will be able to eat food with you will be friends with you, or who can be dropped home, or who you can pick them up or something. So there's always a reason to become friends. When you once get out of college, in college people will treat you exactly what you are. If you're a jerk, then you're a jerk. If you're good, then you're good. They kind of understand. So that's the last chance of you to make real friends actually. So I feel that if you miss out on that, that's also a big loss to your life.
So there is a perception that one who starts behind the camera can never face it. But you did it first in Big Boss and then in Khatron Ke Khiladi. So what was your point of view like?
I had no point of view. I just did it because there were 3 years back I had a friend called Parth, and there were so many of these rumors that came out, and so people did not know who Vikas Gupta was in the first place. They would just make assumptions out of it. I remember me and Karan Kundra was sitting at Marriott and having a discussion, and we were joined by this group of 4-5 people, and they were bitching out this boy called Vikas Gupta. And they would tell what an ass he is, he does this. I said, really, kutte ko maaro de maro. But then you realize by the end of it, and Karan was looking at me and I was looking at Karan, and it just struck me that people have no idea who I am. They hear about a producer or Vikas Gupta and they make assumptions out of it. And that didn't happen once, by the way. It happened 2 times with us. So 2 times I've had people bitching me out and telling me stories that I have taken someone home or I've done something. While I'm sitting right there, they have no idea who Vikas was. So for me, I felt that it was important for people to understand who I am and then judge me. Of course I have my own problems. Judge me once you know me. Don't judge me because of what some people are saying. So I think that the reason for me to do Big Boss was because I wanted people to kind of understand who I was. And then it just happened, and apparently people liked me on the show, which is what I wanted.
So we often notice this that once someone attains fame, they get derailed from their path. You got a lot of fame on screen, the title of mastermind, but then again you moved back. While anybody would fly high in such a scenario, you were very much grounded. So what's the secret behind that?
Because for the last 12 years, I have seen people becoming famous and then becoming defamous, becoming flying high and then going down the ground, leaving all their friends and then begging back again. Because fame is something that doesn't stay forever, and fame and success are two very different things. I don't know why people think that fame has to do anything with success. Nothing at all. Success is a very different word, different meaning. Famous is a very different word, different meaning. They should not be interchanged ever. And I feel that that's what I would like to say, that I was way more successful behind the camera and then I am in front of the camera. In front of the camera, I had gone in for one reason, which was I wanted people to understand who I am, and that's the reason why I did a reality show. But after that, I got a lot of love. I got a lot of love from people, and that I became greedy of, because I understood that there's some people who loved me and took care of me, and those are some of my fans. And people think, oh, fans is what? No, but fans are very important, because what they gave me, even my family couldn't give me. They were taking care of me about things. Still, right now I can open out a message and it will say, have you had enough water today? Or you have only slept for 7 hours today, or you've slept for 4 hours today. So like I remember one of my fans had messaged me saying that, she said that you have slept for 8 hours only thrice in 6 months. So for me, I would never realize it. No one in my family would realize it, but my fans would. And that kind of love and dedication comes from when you have to constantly be working towards it. So for me, a lot of other stuff that I did was because of them. Like I would have never done Khatro Ke Khiladi, because that's not my strength at all. I have not been a physically active person ever. I've been behind the camera, writing, directing, producing. And for me, going to the gym was the last thing I would have wanted to do. So somehow people don't realize Khatro Ke Khiladi is not about just mental game. It is a physical game as much as you might want it not to be. And I still ended up doing that, and that was only for my fans, because they wanted me to do something immediately. Post that, I did a show called Ace of Space. Ace of Space became extremely big hit. Luckily, all the 3 shows I've done have become really, really big hits. So which is a very, very good thing. Now we have another show right now currently, which is a small setup show, which is called Khatra. It's about pranks. So now that I did because, every time I've been doing such serious stuff, Big Boss was very serious, Ace of Space became too serious, and Khatro Ke Khiladi became scandalously serious about everything. So then I wanted to just do something different, and also being challenged by someone who has a forte in thing like this, which is comedy. There's Bharti there. So I was excited to see what will I end up doing with the experience I have, and it kind of is quite fun. It teaches you not to take life too seriously. Yeah.
This question is very interesting for me. I would love to know about it, because a big issue that one faces is handling success. You made so many careers. You have witnessed so many failures too. What do you think is essential to handle success?
First, knowing what success means. If you will understand what success is, then you might be able to handle it. If you do not know what success means, then you will never be able to handle it, because, like I said, a lot of people confuse fame as success in this field. In any other field, it is way more stable, because it's directly proportionate to the amount of money you are earning. And that money can be used by your parents, by yourself, for good things. Again, it's about priorities. If your priorities are sorted in life, then things will be sorted in your life, and you will be able to handle success. If your priorities are fished up, then you wouldn't be able to do that, because no matter what you do, I've seen such sensible people coming, wanting to do really big in life. You also help them. You become one of the reasons why they're able to do great things for themselves. But then when you see their priorities are so warped, no matter what you do, it won't work out. It just won't. Then by the time they will learn by a fall, sometimes it gets late, sometimes they're lucky enough that they will get another chance. But it's got a lot to do with upbringing, a lot to do with experience of being able to handle success. If a boy wants to have 5 lakhs in his account, his dream is to get 5 lakhs. Like we all wanted 5 lakhs, a great amount of money for us. Like we were getting 500 rupees of my pocket money. From there, you can really very well imagine 5 lakhs is a great amount of money. But when someone wants to have 5 lakhs, and imagine they end up earning 15 lakhs the first year. And the second year they have 50 lakhs. Someone who wanted 5 lakhs has the 50 lakhs. वो तो पागल हो ही जाएगा. बोरा जाते हैं उनको बोलते बोरा जाते हैं यूपी में. They do not know how to handle it only. They get crazy. They do not know what the fuck to do with the money. They want to spend it. No, I'll use this much here. I'll buy this, I'll buy that. हाथी खरीद लोगे पालोगे कैसे? They don't realize that, and because of that, then they will end up doing any amount of work, any kind of work which is good for them or bad for them. It doesn't really matter. I think it's very important to have a guide. It's very important to either have your parents be involved into your finances, or for example an elder brother who you could trust, or a sister who you could trust, or a mentor, because they have had their share of failures. They have seen how not to let things affect you and kind of understand them. That's the only way. Otherwise you will face what you have to face.
So lastly, sir, you did it. You think someone from Silchar or a youth from any smaller town can make it big. What would be your message to them?
What have I done? I don't understand only. Like this, everyone has done something or the other, and everyone can do something or the other. I did it, matlab, I came and I got a job and I kind of kept working and I kept making these weird choices which people didn't understand, called calculated risks, and I ended up doing one thing or the other. I made a lot of mistakes. People think leaving leaving channel head job was a very bad idea. Then they said leaving a production house was a very bad idea. Then doing Big Boss is an extremely bad idea. Now after Big Boss, doing back to production is a big idea. Bad idea. Everyone will have something or to the other to say. The only thing is you have to keep on moving. And one of the biggest reasons which I feel that has helped me to move on and keep doing better is that I don't live in my success. Once I have done a project, I don't want to look back if it's a successful show or it's a successful stint. Like I've never seen an episode of Big Boss, not even mine. Others का तो मैं देखूँ ही ना, बहुत ही negative show है. It's just so much makes people cry and embarrass people and all. So that's not my kind of television either. But I have worked on it. It's helped me a lot. So I'm thanking a lot of gratitude to it. But like for example, when I made a show called Gumrah, I would edit it, but I've never gone back to watching it again. The shows that don't work, I want to watch, so I don't understand what didn't work there. But any success that you have already done, if you keep watching it again, keep living it, तो तुम दूसरी success बना ही नहीं पाओगे. Then you will be limited to that thing only. Then and then post that, there's nothing that will happen in your life. So if somehow you are getting success, you have to move on from that success and start something ahead, or there's a next step to it. The day you have the series finished, you should leave that and go on to climb another ladder altogether. Otherwise you'll be stagnated there. Silchar or anyone who's watching this and who is taking their time out to watch what my life has been, thank you. I feel very nice that you're watching this. I would just like to tell and say that in your heart, you know what is the right thing to do. Always. You just need to have faith in the fact that what your heart is saying and what you want, to go ahead and do it. If you will go ahead and do it, you will win. If you will not go ahead and do it, then you won't win. Yeah, sometimes there's a possibility that you might not be able to get this smaller win, but that you later time you will realize it was so important for you not to get that win, because it's not about like एक लड़ाई नहीं जीतनी है, जंग है काफी बड़ी. And also I think I had read this line somewhere very nice. It does not matter whether you come first or second in a race, because by the end of it, the race was never with anyone else. It's just with you. You have a very different journey, and that journey has to be very exciting. It has to be entertaining for you. It has to be entertaining that you have had fun, you have happy. Every day that you can be happy is a win. Remember that. I realized it much later in life, and that's the regret I have, that I wasted a lot of time trying to make everyone else happy and not myself happy. Very important. The one person that you have to love and make happy is yourself, before your family as well.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time, and thank you everyone for watching. See you on the next episode.